So it is very simple and very easy to understand. I think by this time itself you have been implemented and do it all. However, let me try to take this one quickly. So if you see here now, once we have been done with this all, so here we are coming for the arrays, right? So yeah, and to have more information on this, so now this would be very systematic to understand. That's the reason first I started with this Java arrays in W3 schools. And once it's done, you can go for tutorial point and then Java point so that you can see all these things. Okay, let me first erase this. Okay. Okay, so these are the 6 things which we need to implement now. Okay, so these are the six things which we need to implement. Let's see how things goes on now. Okay, so I'll just go here. I'll try to go and some errors are there. Why? Okay, so let it be. I don't want to waste the time. Let me create a package. So here I'll be writing that com.demo.arrays demo. Okay, so we created the package. Now I'll try to create a particular class. Sorry, I try to prepare a class. So now this class name is arrays. I'll write that SD single dimension arrays, right? So that's a single dimensional arrays dim, and I wanted one main method, finish it. Okay, I created a particular class now. So here I just try to delete that. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to define a particular array over here. So now what array I wanted to create this is okay, so now what I'll try to do here, I'll try to create an string array. Okay, so string, I wanted to give array, right? I have been given this array. Now what the variable name which I wanted to give this one. So what I'll try to do, so this is the str, so student names. Okay, so this is what the array which I wanted to define it. Now you see here, now this is called declaration. So this is what array declaration which we have been done. Very simple. Now what I'll try to do, I wanted to assign the values for this particular array. So now what I'll try to do this here. Now I'll take this particular array and here I'll be adding this one. It is like Hemant and Imran. Okay, I need to add the tags for this one. So here I'll be adding Sridhar and I'll be adding here Balakrishna. So I have been added these all the names. Okay, I have all, but just for the examples, I just wanted to take a set of names only. Okay, now still array constants only can be initialized. What is a mistake I'm doing here? While declaring itself, I need to do this one. Okay. Okay. While see, now what I'm trying to do is while declaring itself, we need to do this one, or else what if I wanted to assign this one, what I need to do is here I need to give this square braces and this I need to give this one as string single dimensional array. Still it is coming, create can be resolved as a type. I'll be defining this as 4. I given this one as array constraints used cannot be used in this initializers. What would be the array?
Ma'am.
Team, please go on mute. Vinita, can you go on mute, please? Okay, so I wanted to define this one and then use it. So declaration problem is coming. Okay, let me go ahead and do this one. I'll let you know what is the error in the meantime. Okay, so now I don't want to give the size of this one array. So remove this particular statement. Okay, so now what I'll explain you what means how I need to take that particular array differently and do it. I'm doing some declaration syntax error. I'll browse it and do it because I was switching on this one. I forgot the syntax on this. So now if you see here, now this is a string and then this is an array. So this is called string array and this is a variable name of this array. And I'm trying to assign this particular values. So now if you see here, we have declared and then we have been assigned. Now I wanted to access this one. So what I wanted to do, it is very simple, SYSO. So here in this one, so here I wanted to print that one, right? So now here my values or my names are, I will be giving it, and then I'll be adding that one with student name. So what name I wanted to have it. So here I'll be giving it with this square braces and whatever the value I wanted to have it. So now executed. So I'll be seeing my output over here. Now let's see what the output comes. See, it was coming with the Hemant. Now, if I wanted to have the Sridhar, then
2.
So now if I given this one, so I'll be getting Sridhar. If I wanted Balakrishna, then I'll be, it is very simple.
3.
I'm given the 3. Now if I given 4, then what would be the output?
Not
I guess. Exceptions. Out of bound exceptions.
So this is the most important thing. So you need to know that what are the exceptions you'll be getting it. Array index out of bound exception. This is one of the most important exception. The people will be asking you the questions. What means they will ask you, hey, can you tell me what is an array index bound of exception? So it is very simple. So it was very clearly saying that the index out of bound. So now whatever the index which you have been given, it is an out of bound, means not in the range. So that's the reason we are getting this particular error.
Beyond the boundary.
So that is the most important thing. You need to understand your exceptions very clearly. Okay, so now we discussed about the declaration, we discussed about the assigning, we discussed about the accessing. Now I wanted to change the values for this one. So now I wanted to change the particular value. So now what I wanted to do, I wanted to change this particular value from, okay, so I wanted to give it as 2 and I just wanted to give this value. So I'll be giving this one with Vishwa. So now here I have been given this. Now, if you see here, when I print the value here, it is the same 2, right? Now here the thing I just wanted to print. Now tell me what will be the output I'll be seeing here.
Vishwa, sir.
Vishwa.
Boss. Now you tell me, see the code and tell me what it will print me if I execute this one.
In the first system.out.print
Sridhar, then
Sridhar and then Vishwa.
So this is what it will happen. So now it overwrites that particular, it replaces that particular value. Is it really hard? So accessing, we are accessing with the index and then changing this particular value with the index. Wherever you wanted to override it, you can override it. And now I wanted to get this particular size of this particular array. So now what you can say is my array size is. So now if you go here, now this variable name, I will be giving it dot. So
Length.
now I have the length. So I'll be giving it. So it will be printing me. The size of this one is 4. Now I wanted to print all these particular names means in order. So now what I'll try to do, I'll be writing a for loop. So now in this particular for, I'm saying that, so first what I need to do, initialization, I need to do it. So int, so now what are the iterator, right? So I'll be writing it
Int
as int counter. Okay, counter
is
or
equals
okay, it is from 0
0.
or I wanted to start it from 1. Now let me have this one and then int counter. Now what I need to keep it, int
Less-
counter
Less
less
than
than
length.
Less than
than
equals to. Less than equals to.
okay,
Because
keep you this one. So we'll see the program output now, and counter equal to plus. So now what I wanted to do is, this is what the condition, right? Now counter equal, come on, the counter here equal to plus plus. Pina, if someone is getting joined, so just please inform them. Oh, Pina is not there. Let them join all. So allow them all, Manika. I'll keep them posted. What to do? Okay, so int counter plus plus. So now what I wanted to do is, I wanted to do sysout. Okay, so in the sysout, I wanted to bring this particular names, and I wanted to give this one. So I wanted to give the counter over here. That's it. So now here I can say that my students are, and I'll be giving this one. So the values of this. So now here you can see that. Let me run this one. So okay, what would be the my output? It would be printing for me now. So if I started running this one, so what else it will print now? What is the output of this particular program?
Hemant, Imran, Sridhar, Balakrishna.
My student name is Imran
My
Sridhar
students are
Balakrishna
Hemant,
and the
Imran,
index out of bound exception.
Vishwa, Balakrishna.
Okay, anyone, any other answers? No one has been given me the right answer.
Imran Sridhar Balakrishna and index out of bound exception.
Wrong.
Sridhar Krishna.
Just see the program and let me know. See the program clearly.
Imran, Vishwa, Balakrishna, and the index out of bound.
My students are
Imran,
Vishwa,
Vishwa,
Balakrishna.
Balakrishna and index out of bound.
So this is our right answer. So now if you see here, if I given this one, you can see that Imran. So instead of Sridhar, it changed to Vishwa, Balakrishna, and array index bound of array, because if we have been given it equal
Is
to,
equal to.
so we shouldn't give that equal to, because it shouldn't, because it started from 0. Now if I started to execute this particular program, it given me Imran, Vishwa, and Balakrishna. So this is how I'll be getting all these informations. And guys, I think Pravanya and all the leads who have joined, I'm very sorry. Actually, today this session need to take by Palomita, but she was occupied into other work. So I need to take this session. So this 11 to 11:30 call, we will have it at 1 o'clock today. 1 o'clock on same bridge. You guys can drop, please.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you guys. And I'm sorry for the late info.
Yes.
Okay, so now if you see here, this is what Means if I wanted to print from Hemant, so now what I need to do it, I just go back here, I keep the 0, and then if I start running this one, you'll get all the things. And if you wanted this particular the index of this one, so you can all they say that my student, so here I can add that particular
Int counter.
counter. That's it. So now you can see it now. 0, 1, 2, 3. My student 0 is Hemant, 1 is Imran, 2 is Vishwa, 3 is Balakrishna. So this is how this will start printing this one. So the counter we are printing here and the values we can printing here. Now, whatever the things you wanted to do, you can play around this particular strings. So this is how this we can control this particular with the for loop. Now let's go for the for each. So now if you see for the for each, for I don't want it to do any mistake on this. Okay, so now what I wanted to do here now is string. Okay, string of it's a names, right? So now string str names, and I'll be giving the column. Now this is a variable
Yeah,
name
name.
we have been given, and I wanted to give this particular array name over here. Now I need to give the body for this one. So in the body, what I wanted to sys out. So here in the sys out now, I wanted to print all these particular array value in the name of this particular string. I think this is not really required. So we can directly print the names because it will directly iterate in this one, not required to give it as an array format. Now let's see. So if I commented this particular for loop, now what it will print for me?
All the students' name.
All the student names, it will be printed for me. So this is how the for each would be working for us. Now here I can see the Hemant, Imran, Vishwa and Balakrishna. So directly it will start printing for me. Now this is how we'll be declaring an array, assigning array, accessing the array, changing the values of an array, size, getting the size of an array, looping of this particular array and print the values and for looping. And if the errors we are getting it, so how we get the error, we have been seen on this one. Any questions on this?
No, sir.
Any questions? I just wanted to try out one thing. So just give me 1 minute of time. So this is a problem. If you don't practice, you will completely forgot the syntax. Let's see. Okay, I'll just let me check that syntax. Okay. See, now this is how it would be there in the, if it is in the memory, it will go like this and it will store the values here and then we'll be getting the value on here. What is a advantage of this one is we can have the random access of this one and the code optimization. So no need to define, for example, if you wanted to define 100 variables, it will occupy 100 lines. But now with this, exactly within 1-2 lines, you can give the complete information into an array. And this is what the advantages, the code optimization. And whenever we wanted to call some particular values, so that immediately we can quickly call with that particular array on this one. See now the declaration of the syntax. See, this is what I was doing the wrong, the mistake which I was trying to do it. Let me see what is that. Okay, so now always you remember that there are two ways of declaring this particular declarations. You can declare the data type array and then this particular name, or you can give the data type name and doing this. Means here you have the two ways of doing this one, right? I think this is a mistake which I'm trying to do, but however, I'll do this. So now if you see here, this is how we have been declared. So now previously when we have been declaring this one, we have been declared this way, right? So now we have been declared in this way, right? I'll just keep this one as names. Okay, we have been declared this, right? Now the same declaration, so we can do it in such a way that I can do this like this also. So now what I can do, I can take the string and come to last, and I'm saying that array. So now if you given this particular square braces at the last, also it will take that particular array. And what the problem is here, I need to initialize this particular values. Let me see that int str with the square braces. Still the declaration, how I need to define this. I need to define the size for this one. So for an example, 5. And still it is saying that student name. Okay, I have been already declared these values, right? Now you've seen it, right? So this is how we need to do the declaration of this one, and you can assign the values for this one. See now what we have been done here is, don't get confused too much. Why it was showing me the error is this variable name and this variable name is same. So that's the reason it was coming like this. Now what I'll try to do, I'll add another s here and I'll comment this one. Now if you see here what we have done here, I have been just taken the string and then I have wanted to define that string array and then doing this. Else I can define with a string and then variable name, and then we are saying that this is an array value. Okay, now what we have done, this is a new keyword, and what constructor is this?
String constructor.
So this is a string constructor. Now
String
what
class
is string?
constructor.
What is string?
Class.
Student names.
So string is
It's
a
a
class.
Data type.
So it's a non-primitive data type. It's a
Non-primitive.
class. So now it directly goes into the string constructor. Okay, now goes into the string constructor, and we are assigning the size. Hey, what is the size which we wanted to assign for this one? Now I have given it as a value 3. Okay, now this is how I have done the declaration. Now if you see here, these are the two ways of declaring the array, right? Now here what we have done, here we have declared the array and assigned the values. Now here we just wanted to declare this one. Now I wanted to assign the values. Now how I need to assign the values? So now at
And
the
the
0th
releases.
position, so what I wanted to store that particular values, I wanted to add those particular values over here. So now here I'll be saying that, hey, I wanted to store the values I wanted to do it. So I wanted to do it, the values I wanted to assign the values of Swapna, and I wanted to add the values for this one Swati, and I wanted to add the value. Okay, so let me do this. So Jenya, and then I'll be going with Sonia. Now if I printing this take this both statements here. Control Shift F. What this will print for me now?
Cow meow.
Okay, what it will print for me now? Guys, did you
0, I think.
huh?
Null.
9.
Null.
See now
Index.
for this value, if I have been now if I execute this program, what is the output for me?
Boundary exception.
Huh? There will be no output will be
Yes,
printed.
No output will,
Yeah.
sir, no output will be
Sir,
printed, sir.
at the 2th index, there is no value.
No value.
Length will be printed, I think.
Length will be
No output, sir.
Null.
Yes, why you are saying, see now here it is, this is null value. It will print null, but what's the problem for printing the size? We given the size here, right? It will take that
Yes,
size and then
3
it will
has been
print it, right?
initialized.
So now if I have been given it as 1, now it has 1 and it has 2 and it has 3, I'll be getting these values. What's the problem?
Index only we
In
have three values.
initialization, in the new,
We need to
we
assign
have to
that 4.
String length is given as 3, but we have declared 4.
So now what I need to do here, I just need to change this value to 4, or I can values this one. So now you see the output. That's it. That's very simple. Declaring. So now first time what we have done, so we have been declared and then we have been assigned the values at one shot. So declaring and assigning in the same shot. Now here what we have done, we have been declared and then started to assign that particular values. See, these syntax are pretty, see, if you don't practice, you will not remember. So just you just practice, and then if you've seen it, so, but you should know. So now, not only this way, we can declare and assign the values. You can declare this and then assign the values like this. And once you assign this one, if I wanted to get the values now, if I wanted to print this particular array, what I'll try to do, okay, I'll uncomment this code, and the array name is this, right? If I given this particular array name, what it will print me now? What it will be print me now?
All the names.
All the names.
All the names.
That's it. Very simple. So this is how we will insert the values, asset the values, and then print out that particular values also. That's it. So first of all, array is useful to store the similar data type. So this is called as homogeneous. So it was called as homogeneous. Heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means
Different types.
Different type of
different type of variables. If you are storing, then it is called hetero and homo. So we will have the same type of things, it will be there, then it is called homogeneous. Now always arrays will store the homogeneous. Always remember, this is array. Arrays will store the homogeneous values. Means it's a similar data type, you can have it. Either you can have all the strings and then you do it. Now for an example, in this particular line statement, if at all I wanted to store some value as 100, can I store this? No, it will not allow you to do it. So the type mismatch cannot convert from int to string. This is integer. You need to change that particular values. So this is how an array can be declared and then it can be accessed. So now either you can use this particular pattern or you can use this particular pattern, but best suggestion is go with this pattern. This is very systematic and the best way to use it. See, to me, it is personally, I prefer this one. It's up to you how you wanted to go. But both the ways it is there. And there is some recommendation to use some specific array, but I always, whenever I define the arrays, I use this. But up to you. So which is a convenient thing. So you can directly define, allocate the values, and then you can print out it. So this is how the values, all the things would be loaded, extracted, enhanced, printed, while looping and all. Any questions in this one? Yes. And I was really surprised. This is hard for you people to understand. Actually, if you're speaking, if you go and see the previous session, It is very much detailed. So I think we have been taken 3 to 4 sessions on this. I just completed in one session now. We spent 4 sessions on defining what is an array. However, so
4 to
make
5
sure,
videos of this.
so just practice this one, and then tomorrow what I wanted to see you is you guys need to go ahead with the array list. Now the next topics are really important, and the differences between array list. See, now in interviews the people will ask you what is a collection, so what are the different hierarchy of the collection. Team, please go on mute. So now the most important thing, the people will see that from the collections, the collection hierarchies and all the things which we wanted to see it of. Okay, so let me, means actually we need to talk about the 2-dimensional array also. So if you understand the single dimensional array, learning 2-dimensional array, it's not a big deal at all. So just it's matter of how we are allocating this one. So now what because I have only 9 minutes to go, so I don't wanted to get into the 2-dimensional array. So tomorrow as we connected back, we will talk about it. Before going to that particular hierarchical diagram or anything, do you have any questions on the single dimensional array implementation? What is an array, or how the array would be used or accessed, declaration, and all these things will be there, right? So any other pointers or anything you wanted to discuss on this one?
No, sir.
All clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so let's jump into this and then go for the next thing, the collections. See guys, collections is the most important topic which we need to go through. And see, now if you wanted to verify the arrays, these are the best 3 portals. Usually first I'll start with this. It is very easy to understand, and then you'll go for this particular T point, Java T point. You can have advantages, disadvantages, declarations and all. So with one single glance you can understand, and then you can proceed further with it. And here also you can have which one, see, this is a preferred way of doing it. So we discussed, right? So this is a preferred way of doing it. Works but not preferred way. See, these guys will gives you the lot of things like this. So now this is how the values will be going. It goes and then stores into this, and while we retrieving the values, we'll be getting this one. So more theoretical and more expressive way of defining things would be available in this one. So go back and then get these particular things. Okay, now I wanted to just give you a overview of the collections here, collections in Java. Now, when I go for the Java T point, this is the most important diagram. I used to keep this one on my desktop always, because I have a very bad memory to see this one. Why? See, now we discussed all Java concepts previously. Why we have been given the break and then went to the oops concept, then once again we'll come back to the collections. Because collections will consist of interfaces. Now you tell me, without explaining you the interfaces, if I say that there is an interface, will you understand?
No.
That is the reason first we jump to the oops, understand the inheritance, multiple inheritance, interfaces, and complete the oops concept. Then we come to the collections. So now you need to understand every topic, why it introduced step by step. So that's a flow of actions. The most important thing when we are getting trained is what thing which we need to learn first and next. So that direction is the most important thing in the learnings. So that is the reason. So this we kept after our oops concepts. Now you let just to see this, you can easily understand. Interface, blue color, class, it's in green color, dotted line, it implements, dark line, it extends. Now what it was saying that, what is a super class? The super interface of the collections framework is iterable. And this is collection. See, there is a collections class is there. Collections means yes, that's a class. Collection is interface. So now you can see it is a blue color, right? Iterable, This is a collections extended. Now let me go from the first floor or second floor. Now this is the ground, right? Now this is list. We have three major data structures. Why we required the collection frameworks? We'll discuss very detailed tomorrow. Okay. So here we have list, queues, set. These three are interfaces. Now from these interfaces, these three interfaces extends collection. Collection extends iterable. Now this is the hierarchy. So now these three things means now whatever unimplemented methods are in there and iterable, I'll be getting into the collections, and whatever the iterable plus collection methods are there, I'll be getting into the list. Now list is a interface. Now this interface would be implemented in this particular three classes. Now green color classes are there: array list, linked list, vector, and vector was extended by stack. So now if you see here, these three classes implemented the list, means whatever the methods are available in the list, those all methods would be implemented in these three classes. Very simple, right? Now here in the queue, so we'll be having the queue is an interface. Priority queue is a class. Now this class implemented the queues. Now DQ is there. So DQ extends this particular queues interface. Now array DQ is there, right? So this is DQ, this is array DQ. Array DQ is a class. This class implements this particular interface. So that whatever the methods are available in the DQ plus available in the queue plus in collections plus iterable, all these methods should be implemented in array DQ. Now the same way, set is an interface. Now set is implemented in hash set and linked hash set, and sorted set is another interface, and the sorted set would be implemented by tree set. So now tree set is implementing the sorted set. So sorted set will have all the methods of the tree set will have all the sorted set and methods, set methods, collections methods, iterable methods. That's it. See now how easy for you to understand this one now. Implements, extends, class interfaces. So without understanding this one, you will never understand the collections. And this is very easy. Now if you go for what all the methods are there, how I need to implement this, and what are the now what the basic thing you need to know is you have array list, linked list, vector. Now all these are list only, right? Why I should have different lists? And I have set. We will not discuss about queue at all because we'll not use queues. We'll use the set and then we use list. Now these two interfaces with all these three classes, we'll be using it. What is the basic difference between this particular array list, linked list, vector, and hash list, linked hash list? And what is the difference between array and array list? What is the difference between array list and linked list? What is the difference between list and set? What is the difference between hash set and then linked hash set? What is the difference between tree set and hash set? So these are the questions you'll be getting in the interviews. If you understand these particular things, then that's it. Now you can see it, right? What are the methods are available in the collection? If you go for this particular collection, so these all methods are there. Now, these all methods can we access in the vector, or can we access in tree set?
Yes.
Whatever the methods are in the iterable,
Yes.
I need to define my implementations in the tree set. Yes, right? Because sorted set is extended set, set extended collection, collections extended iterable. Now, these all interfaces methods need to be implemented in the tree set. Those methods are implemented. So this is what the basic information you need to understand, and why I should to have all these things. Why I should have all these particular different things like list, set. I have arrays, right? Why I should have it? See now, all sharp edges are not. All the sharp edges are not used in the same way. For an example, I have a needle and I have a sword. I need to use a needle for stitching my cloths. I need to use the sword. Okay, rather than sword, I use knife to cut the vegetables, right? So now, if I have need means as I have knife, can I throw needle?
No.
Or can I have the needle so that I can throw the knife or sword? Not really.
No.
Everything will have its own importance and yeah, the pros and cons for each and everything. See, always that is there. So now for array list, it have own its importance and advantages. Linked list vector. So what I wanted you people to do is go back to the previous sessions. I think I have been drawn a particular calendar, the differences calendars, and then I have been explained on this particular arrays and the methods and all. So we do have the documentations for this one. So always you remember that list doc Java docs. So never ever follow anyone except this single source of truth. So now if you see here, this is the original documentation. You'll be getting it from the docs.org. And here you can see that list. Now what all methods are available in the list, you can see it here. You can see it, all these methods are available here. Now this is a list is a interface. And now for the list one, what are the super classes for the list? Sorry, super interfaces of a list.
Collection collection
Super class
iterable.
of a collection iterable. You can
Collection
see here, collection and iterable. And what are the known implementation classes which it has been taken? What are the classes it implemented? It implemented the array list.
Array list.
It implemented the linked list, and it implemented the vector. It implemented the stack. So this is how we'll be getting it. Now, if you wanted to go for collections, so iterable is a super interface, right? If I click on this one, it will go to this. Now, what are the context sub interfaces and other interfaces are working on this? We will have a very detailed level of information. So now here you can thoroughly understand what is this particular list. And you see here the list extends collections. And here you can see all the respective methods which are available. Method summary, add. Now you see here one parameter. Now you are seeing two parameters. What is this called as?
Method overloading.
Method overloading.
You shouldn't take this much of time. You should be on your fingertips. Same method name with a different number of parameters. It is called as method overloading. Now you see add all, clear, contains all, equal, get, hash code. So now all these are the methods which are available over here for this. And if you click, see now here you can see that, hey, add. Okay, now add, what this will do, appends all the specific elements to the end of the list. Means in the array list, if I wanted to add, all the elements would be added at the end. Now index element means at what index I wanted to add the element. So now if you see here, this will add at the end of the list. This will add in specific index. So that's the beauty of this. And if you wanted to do sort and all, so those things are different. We will be doing it. Now here you can get the size and all the means all the methods will have this one. If you wanted to know about this one more, if you click on this particular add, it will take you to the method complete implementation. See now this is a parameter which you passed it. Now how it would be there? What are the error messages you'll be getting it? Class cast exception, null pointer exception, illegal argument exception, unsupported operation exception. Means if I use this particular method, for this method, these are the errors I may get it. And this is the return type I'll be getting it. And this is the parameter I'll be getting it. So this is the detailed level of the documentation. And this is a single source of truth, which you'll be getting this particular documentation from these people. So this is how the documentation would be there. Whenever you wanted to read through, don't go through these particular articles. Why? Because these articles may be updated late. But if you wanted to see that, means because up to date, they may not be maintained, right? But here, definitely this is an, now, you know, right? So Java is from the Oracle now. So those people will have the complete detailed level of implementations in all the aspects so that you can read through. So here you can see that Java 1.8, the version number. Everywhere you'll be getting it. So this is how you'll be getting the complete information and you need to go through that particular go through this particular documentation to understand this and then proceed further. So actually you'll be having, this is the way you will be having the documentation, and here you can select the packages, whichever the Java packages you wanted, and these are the classes and the interfaces. If you see here, if it is straight, then this is class. Now if you see here, this is slanted, which is italic. So if it is slanted, which is called italic, italics are nothing but it's an interfaces. If it is a straight, then this is a class. So wherever you see this italics, now all these are interfaces. You see interfaces. So this is how you can have the complete list of documentations and the things, and then you can take it and proceed further. I think I need to jump for other meeting. The people are waiting for me. So cool. So this is how you guys need to go through the documentation. Moving further, any things you need to follow and go through this particular Java docs. This is called as Java docs. Now for anything, so you just, we searched, right? So just list Java docs. So if you type, you'll get it. You need to take and proceed further. So this is how you need to read through. Okay, that's it from my end. Any questions? Tomorrow, what I wanted you people to do is, you people need to know what is an array list, what is a linked list, and what is a vector differences, or array and array list differences. You can just type over here. You can just get it. So don't tell me that I don't know. Okay, array versus array list in Java. You see, as soon as we type, we get it. Once again, you'll be getting Java T point and all. So just, you can click on this. Now you can see that implementations, and you can see that basic differences between them. Why this difference is not here? See, array list. So here you'll have the thing with the simple examples they will be giving us. Okay, so these differences, these things are really very important. Let's prepare well for this and then come back. That's it for the day. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you all. Bye.
Sir, can we have this class as soon as possible, sir?
Sorry.
Can we have this class as soon as possible, sir? I have confusion with the last అంటే లాస్ట్ అరగంట క్లాస్ కొంచెం అర్థం లేదు సార్, అందుకని.
Yes, you'll get that. So that you check with Manika and then Pina. Okay. Thank you all. Bye.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.